light of love and grace shines on my face. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines on my face. All that I need comes to me.
Good morning. Woo, what a way to start the morning, huh? Today's going to be a great day, right? Thank you so much, Hutto family. Woo! I forgot I had to come up here. I was just going to sit and listen to the concert. So. Super nice. Thank you very much for joining us up here today. Awesome. Okay, let's see. I have a few announcements coming here. So we're in a new month. In case you didn't know, it's February. And I have a new handout with all of the February affirmations on them, and the announcements on the inside are regular announcements and special things that are happening this month. We also have the new schedule for the Wednesday nights on the other side here, and on the back, our vision, our mission, our purpose, our address, our email, our YouTube channel, our website, full of information for you. Pick one up if you'd like to. I was busy. I made some more handouts. So there's a blue handout over here that has Third Sunday Spiritual Mind Treatment Workshops and Spiritual Cinema. So we talked a little about having on the third Sunday, we will have either a workshop that's going to focus on spiritual mind treatment, which we'll be talking about today. And when we don't have those workshops, we're going to have some cinemas. So the first one starts this month on the 19th, and we will be showing Groundhog Day after Potluck Sunday. So the schedule of that is on the table. Also, I have a handout and a sign-up sheet for spring classes. So the class is starting Basic Principles of the Science of Mind is an 8-week class on Thursday evenings. It starts March 2nd, ends April 20th. The cost is $150, which includes a workbook. If you're going to retake the class and you already have a workbook, the cost will be less for you, but I would love you to sign up so I can know what to expect and how many books to order. So that's happening soon. Signing up for classes or taking a class is a really good way to get a much better understanding of the spiritual principles that we talk about and teach here. So we just really get to delve in with some work, and we go through that workbook. It's a home study workbook, so it's set up to be able to study it on your own, but we come to class and do that. We do some of the work in class, we do some of the work at home, and each time I go through that workbook, of course, I'm in a different space, and so different things stand out to me. You know how you can keep having an aha moment about the same thing over and over and over? So that's what it is with spiritual work. There's really only so much. And you just keep learning the same principles at a deeper and deeper level, and practicing them or getting together in a class with other people is a really good way to delve deeper. Okay, all right, that was my plug for class. This Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. is film and discussion. So David always finds some kind of a film that pertains to the focus for our month, and we come together and watch that or more, 1 or 2 or 3 film clippings, and then have some lively discussion about that. So if you love to discuss spiritual principles and such, film and discussion is for you. This coming fourth Wednesday, which is the 22nd of February. So Wednesday, the 22nd, Michael Mandrell will be here in concert. He calls us when he is traveling through. He purposely stops here to visit us. He is a delightful and wonderful musician. He plays acoustic guitar and sings and writes his own music. Do you want to say something about Michael?
And does he ever play acoustic guitar?
we've been on his list for many years. He's been a friend to our center for a long time. And we're so grateful that we have a national act that comes through. And we're lucky to catch him during the week. That's how we catch him. So we look forward to seeing him.
Yep, and that will be a love offering concert, and everyone's invited. Bring your family, your friends. It's a beautiful time for live music. Let's hear it for live music, right? CSL believes in live music. We love that. Okay, I already told you about Groundhog Day. Giving statements for your taxes are in the lobby on the little round table. They are in alphabetical order. If yours is not in there, please just ask me, and I may have overlooked something, and I'll get that for you, but pick that up for your taxes. Also, our annual meeting, CSL annual business meeting, is coming up Sunday, March 5th. Following the service. So that is the meeting where all of our members can catch up on our financials, what happened last year, how we ended up financially, and what we are going to project to move forward in 2023, March 5th. CSL Women. I don't know if you read your email, but we are setting up and having a red tent event. Yeah, so I'm just going to read what I put on the handout here. All women are welcome to experience some sacred time and inspiring conversation with other women. This is a time to nurture our bonds with each other through music, activities, food, and sharing. Bring your friends or family, all ages welcome. Please bring some food to share. And this will be happening on Friday, February 17th. It's coming up soon. Friday, February 17th. It will be open. You can come from 4:30 to 8 p.m. the whole time, some of the time, whatever you can do. And we will be sitting in a sharing circle at 6 p.m. So that's all written down in the announcements there. If you haven't attended a red tent, who has attended a red tent? So look around, and if you wonder what that's about, ask someone who has attended. That's a really fun time. So that's happening. I think that's my last announcement. Anything else? All right, that was a lot. So I just invite us to rest here in this present moment in which we have all come together this morning. Let's recognize our breath right now. Slow, mindful, grateful. As we tune into that divine energy source that we call God, we remember why we come together as we speak our vision statement together now. This center offers a path for awakening to the realization of oneness, open hearts, inspired life, empowered love. Our spiritual community welcomes all people to embrace oneness as the truth of our being. Together, we see a world of love, peace, and abundance for all.
place within my mind, and I will listen, Holy Spirit. I will listen. I will make a quiet place within my heart, and I will listen, Holy Spirit. I will listen. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and hold. I will make a quiet place within my life, and I will listen, Holy Spirit. I will listen. I will make a quiet place. I will make a quiet place. I will make a quiet place.
I invite you to join me and enter deeper into this silence, into the heart center of creation that is each one of us. And as I enter into this place, I consciously connect with that spirit, that essence of my being, God. For there is only one life, one presence, one mind, one intelligence that permeates and expresses as all creation. It expresses as love, wisdom, beauty, the totality of good. And this is my life right now. And knowing that I am this unique expression of spirit living in and through and as me, I also know this is the truth for each one of us here today. And I affirm that the fruits of spirit are ours to express in marvelous ways, always available, always in wisdom, happiness, joy, abundance, health. I affirm that we each live and use our essence in our own unique way, allowing inspiration, illumination, and divine guidance to enhance our lives. We cooperate with divine goodness to enhance our relationships, affairs, and our body temple, all to their highest expression. Inner peace, love, wisdom, guide and direct our path into right action in our business, in our personal affairs, in the global affairs. We are renewed with new enthusiasm and a renewed zest for life. We are who we are, unique emanations of pure spirit. And I speak my word for the request in the prayer chest, knowing that the action and presence of spirit is active right now in each prayer request, guiding and directing right action for the best outcomes. A healing is already taking place in the presence of spirit, and wholeness is being manifest in each situation. I bless the service. I bless all the volunteers, the music, the speakers, and each one of us here. For I know that each is a blessing to the other as we each shine our light, illuminating all of life. And as we illuminate each other, we spark that life in all to illuminate even brighter. So I am thankful for this zest of life that permeates each of us, for this ever-present availability of the totality of spirit. So I am just grateful and thankful as I release this word, knowing it is already an activity in the mind of God. For spirit always says yes. As I just release these words and we all join together and declare, and so it is. Good morning.
Good morning.
As the bell brings us back, it reminds me that sometimes when we come back, we face things that don't bring us quite as much happiness as we would like. So if there's something weighing heavy on your heart, something that is sort of keeping you from keeping that presence in the foremost of your life, please put your request in the prayer chest, and the practitioner will do affirmative prayer this week on your behalf. From Gandhi, it is better in prayer to have a heart without words than words without a heart. And from Ernest Holmes, when prayer removes distrust and doubt and enters a field of mental certainty, it becomes faith, and the universe is built on faith.
Thank you, Lou. How interesting that Gandhi quote that you used. I had that in my stuff, and at the last minute, I'm like, I'll take that out because Lou said it instead. So, thank you, Lou. Awesome. Okay, where the heck are we? What did I write here? So, here we are, February. A year of spiritual practice is what we are going to be studying so that we can have our best year. This year, we become spiritual warriors, warriors for the universal good, dedicated to serving God in our life by living a God-centered life, or a life centered in love. Anybody with me on that for this year? Or maybe the rest of our life, right? So last week we talked about getting a bigger idea of God, or about expanding our awareness that there is an infinite invisible intelligence behind or underneath or upholding all people and all things. We also talked about using tools like meditation to expand or deepen our understanding of this spiritual power so that we can experience more peace in our hearts and in our minds by trusting that the intelligence of God will show up for us in our everyday life. In this present moment, right now, God is the presence that we rest in, that we breathe in. To live a spiritual life, I feel that it's essential to understand my relationship to this intelligence, or whatever you want to call it. You can call it anything. It is a presence. It's real. So I need to understand my relationship to this intelligence and to have a realization that this intelligence is within me. And it is infinite. And it is invisible. And it is me. I agree with Reverend Josh that even 5 minutes a day of meditation is enough, if we do it every day. So the month of February, I'd like to spend studying another activity of a spiritual warrior, and that is prayer. Prayer is the way most religions believe that we can connect with God or commune with the divine. Usually we use prayer to tell God what we want, or sometimes we even beg God for what we want or for what we feel we need to be happy. It seems most of us pray because we feel there is something missing in our life, like a healthy body or a loving relationship, or an adequate amount of money, or maybe a sense of purpose or a satisfying vocation. Whatever it is, we perceive it to be missing from our life, so we often go to God to get it. I do notice that usually we go to God, or prayer is our last resort. Anybody resonate with that? When we have nothing else to lose, or we're at the bottom of the barrel, or at the end of our rope, we finally turn to God to save us. When we've tried all of our own ideas and we keep spiraling down and out of control, that's when we have the great idea Why don't I check with God? Well, I say whatever brings us to prayer, we should be grateful, because prayer is a great way to check in with God. And although it is the most popular way, it isn't the only way. Prayer means different things to different people. It is different in each religion, and there are many, many, many ways to pray. I want to share some words written about prayer. So, Mother Teresa. Prayer enlarges the heart until it is capable of containing God's gift of himself. Yeah, that's beautiful. Prayer is the song of the heart. It reaches the ear of God, even if it is mingled with the cry and tumult of 1,000 men. Khalil Gibran. A vital and personal relationship with the living and true God. This relationship is prayer. Catechism of the Catholic Church. Teresa of Avila. Prayer is nothing else than being on terms of friendship with God. So, of course, I want to turn to my trusty book, The Revealing Word by Charles Fillmore, who is a co-founder of the Unity faith. So I looked up, this is like a dictionary of what Charles Fillmore thinks these words mean to him. Prayer. Communion between God and man. This communion takes place in the innermost part of a man's being. It is the only way to cleanse and perfect the consciousness and thus permanently heal the body. He used the word only, right? It is the only way to permanently heal the body, in his opinion, of course. Prayer is the most highly accelerated mind action known. Wow. It steps up mental action until man's consciousness synchronizes with the Christ mind. It is the language of spirituality. When developed, it makes man master in the realm of creative ideas. Sounds important, doesn't it? Prayer is more than supplication. It is an affirmation of truth that eternally exists, but which has not yet come into consciousness. It comes into consciousness not by supplication, but by affirmation. Do not supplicate or beg God to give you what you need, but get still and think about the inexhaustible resources of infinite mind, its presence in all its fullness, and its constant readiness to manifest itself for you when its laws are complied with. This is what Jesus meant when he said, "Seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all things shall be added unto you." It is necessary to pray, believing that we have received, because God is all that we desire. The good always exists in divine mind as ideas, and we bring it into manifestation through the prayer of faith, affirmation, praise, and acknowledgement. In Mark chapter 11, verse 24, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." So I'm going to, who has this book? This Thing Called You by Ernest Holmes. Oh, man. So if you think Ernest Holmes is hard to read, well, you're kind of right. He writes in very long sentences, and it takes about an hour to read each paragraph. But this is a much easier book to read. It's very small. It's pretty user-friendly. If you want a science of mind book to read, This Thing Called You is an excellent place to start. So I'm going to Ernest Holmes, and we're going to hear what he has to say, because Ernest Holmes, I don't really want to say created, but he has a five-step process to pray rightly, okay? To be in alignment with the law of God is what he's trying to do, so that we get results from our prayers. We're not just begging and beseeching out there and sending the prayer out. We're actually claiming something. So I would love to read a little bit about Ernest Holmes, what he has to say. He says, when Jesus said, "It is done unto you as you believe," he not only announced the law of faith, but he explained how it works. The law is always a mirror reflecting your mental attitudes. Therefore, if you say, "I can have a little good," it will produce this small amount of good for you. But if you say, "All the good there is mine," with equal certainty, it will produce a larger good. If you believe that wherever you go, you will meet with love and friendship, with appreciation and gratitude, then this will become the law of your life. The universe is one vast system. All the laws of nature conspire to benefit mankind. But these same laws automatically protect the integrity of nature. It is as though nature said, "All right, little man, the game is yours. Play it as you see fit. I am going to serve you, but don't fool yourself. I am going to reflect right back to you with exactness what you really are. If you don't like what is happening, I am not going to be disturbed. You are the arbiter of fate. You are the captain of your soul." The greatest gift life could have made to you is yourself. You are a spontaneous, self-choosing center in life, in the great drama of being, the great joy of becoming, the certainty of eternal expansion. You could not ask for more, and more could not have been given. Life will be to you what you are to it. Of necessity, there is a divine pattern at the center of everything. This is the Christ in you, waiting your recognition. Somehow, you must link your will, your thought, your intellect, your imagination, and your feeling with the divine presence, which is already there. Quite naturally, many ask, is there a secret way? We always want like the 3-step program, right? Is there a secret way? Is there an occult way? Is there some great thing that only a few people know? The great and wise ones that I must learn. Must I fast, concentrate, and pray without ceasing? Must I beseech or implore? Must I work out all the mistakes I have ever made to become redeemed? Must I renounce everything to find peace? How am I going to be made whole? You are to take a direct and simple path from your intellect to your true self. You are to become a simple and direct soul. The answer is not in any book, but it is in yourself. Jesus had no secret teaching, no occult lore. He indulged in no weird performances. The truths he taught were few and simple. He said that the laws of life are repeated on every plane of living. The teaching of Jesus was that the universe is made up of love and law. God is love. Love is givingness. Love is also forgivingness. There is a law of cause and effect which automatically compels man to reap as he sows. The day he ceases to sow error, he will begin to reap truth. When he stops sowing hate, he will reap love. When he stops sowing unforgiveness, he will be forgiven. When he stops sowing fear, he will reap faith. There is no mystery here. Simple, direct statements of cause and effect. There is a power which flows out through your words of faith. Jesus understood this. It was through this law that he healed the sick, raised the dead, gave sight to the blind, and fed the multitudes. He said that anyone who believes can do what he was doing. He said that you can do it. The power is in you. It is where you are. It is yours, but it must be used. You need not go through any practices to unify with this power, for you are already one with it. You need not go in search of it, because it is already where you are. Because you are always in contact with it, you can bring into your life the good you so greatly desire, for it will honor your desires. It will bring them into manifestation in your life. Electricity exists everywhere, but its energy must be directed. So it is with the power. If you wish it to pour out through your thought in any direction you wish, you must use it consciously. You do not pray this power into existence. Your use of it is not a prayer to the power, but a recognition of the power. See the difference there, huh? This is not a petition, but a performance. To realize that God is ever present, ever available, is to know that all the wisdom, intelligence, and power of the universe is right where you are. Your word is power when you know this. This is why everything in your life depends upon your belief. Why it is done unto you as you believe. Change your belief, and you can change your world. The answer to your problems lie not in God's willingness, but in your ability to believe. Certain statements repeated over and over help you to believe. Gradually, these statements sink into consciousness, changing your mental reactions from negative to positive. Spirit is at the center of everything. As a drop of water is in the ocean, so you are in an ocean of life. This life acts as law upon your thought. Perhaps this seems too good to be true. Remember, however, that the first steam-driven ship to cross the ocean carried in her cabin a book carefully explaining just why it was that a boat could not be driven by steam. A new energy is now being announced to the world, the creative power of thought, which draws its energy from a universal source. It is important that you maintain a strict censorship over your thinking. Right? Just as you watch your garden, that foreign seeds shall not fall into it, producing a growth of undesirable plants, so you must refuse entrance to any thoughts you do not wish to see manifested in your life. Guard well this garden of your mind. It is God's garden of your soul. It is your garden of Eden, wherein may grow your fondest desires and hopes, blossoming into fulfillment. Plant there only seeds of happiness, of joy, of peace, and goodwill. It may be necessary to cultivate your garden, to uproot the weeds and straighten out the rows, planting new seeds, new ideas, broader visions, and deeper realizations of life. Go often into your garden, sitting under the tree of life in cool, quiet communion. You will find fresh inspiration. The power of the Spirit, which is ever with you, is sufficient to meet your every need. If you need healing, this power can heal you. If you need happiness, the Spirit can provide it. If you need supply, the God who is ever with you can give it. No matter what situation you may be in, it can be changed. It may seem strange that the law which now holds you in bondage can easily give you freedom. But this is the truth. There cannot be two final powers in the universe. If there were, one would destroy the other. There is only one power. Use it, he says. That was a lot of Ernest Holmes, but it was pretty easy, huh? So Ernest Holmes created a way to effectively pray, and we call that spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer. Remember, Charles Fillmore said, not supplicate, but affirm what you want. Affirmative prayer. And it is a series of affirmations about truth. Truth is, there is only one. There cannot be two, right? There's only one. That one must be love, or it would destroy itself. Okay? So affirmations about truth and affirmations about the truth of our relationship to God or Source or the infinite or the universe, whatever word you want to use. It starts with an open-minded, expanded interpretation of God as love and law, which we talked about last week, getting a bigger idea of what you think God is. So that's the way it starts out. This 5-step treatment starts out affirming everything that you know or understand about this one power. Boy, that could go on forever, right? It then allows us to unify with that love and the law, which aligns us with the flow, with that flow of God, and then we can use that power in our life, constructively and intentionally. In prayer, we claim these truths using our words, and the power flows through our words into manifestation as our life. Now, we use this all the time. You have a life, don't you? We use it all the time. We're talking about using it intentionally and consciously to create the kind of life that you love. Science or spiritual mind treatment helps us to tend to the garden of our mind. We purposely plant productive, constructive thought into our individual consciousness using the techniques of spiritual mind treatment. And we know that the law of God, or that creative aspect of God, God is creative. Look around. Right? We know that that law of God works upon our thoughts and our feelings and our attitudes of faith. that we have built into our spiritual mind treatment or into our prayer to bring our desires to fruition. Our reward from this is peace. Anybody want peace? Peace of mind, peace of heart, the absence of fear. Spiritual mind treatment is a basic spiritual practice that when you put it into action, oh, there's the rub, you got to put it into action, right? You got to do it. When we put it into action, we can bring incredible change to our life. As we use it to connect with and feel the presence of the One, we begin to really live in the peace of God, surrendering and trusting in that infinite, invisible intelligence of God as our life. God's peace as our peace. So we will be studying prayer all month, and maybe, just maybe, we'll remember to pray first instead of last. In fact, we can learn to pray before we have problems. I call that preventative prayer. So why not just pray every day? Why not just know this truth every day and then let it flow out into your life? Well, we get hung up on what we resist. We'll talk about that another day, not today. When we surrender our obstacles and challenges and our dreams and our desires fully and daily to God through affirmative prayer, we get to see how much easier our life becomes. Because we are no longer in fear. We're not living in fear. We're living in faith. Faith that God is good, God is all there is, and I am connected to that. The faith that essentially all is well. Can you get on that boat? All is well. From the Bible, Scripture says, pray without ceasing, suggesting that we never stop praying. We just make our life a prayer. We're always thinking. We got this little corner in our mind, always on God, always on good. What I see that's right. The value of persistent prayer is not that God will hear us, but that we will finally hear God. William McGill. We offer this song. This original Song of David.
Candles, incense, statues, drum beats, dancers, chanting chanting, whirling, kneeling, totems, prayer shawls, rosary beads, rattles, yarmulkes, deep trances, prayer circles, prayer wheels, meditation halls, prayers from all beings, all places, prayers from all humanity, prayers for peace on all faces, prayers for peace and harmony. Prayers from all beings, all places, prayers from all humanity, prayers for peace on all faces, prayers for peace and harmony.
God, let's sing together.
God, you are every mountain. God, you are every ocean. God, you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God, you are every sunrise. God, you are every moon glow. God, you are every star shine, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every springtime. God, you are every snowfall. God, you are every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. 'Cause you are the very breath I breathe, and your perfect love created me. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you.
This is our time to consciously acknowledge our essence of who we are and participate in the law of circulation. So if you'll take your gift in your hands, knowing that my hands are the hands of God in action. And from this bounty I have received, this is the way. It circulates as I give, and it increases, causing its ripples into far-reaching corners. So I give thanks for what I have received, and I give thanks that I am able to bless in the forward motion. And our affirmation, I am rich with the richness of God.
The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. And the presence of God watches over me wherever I am. God is. What an affirmation. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. And the presence of God watches over me wherever I am. God is. Oh, we gotta do that one more time. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me, and the presence of God watches over me wherever I am. God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is.
And these blessings of God continue to circulate, enhancing our church, our community, and our world. For these blessings are endless, and so it is.
All right, February we have all new good, claiming our good. Let's see. Hopefully it's the same that I've written here. If not, we'll have extra good. Okay, so here we are from, it's already not the same. I got them mixed up. How funny. I'm going to turn around and you're going to say them to me. Here we go.
I sense my oneness with all life. There is one mind. This mind is God. This mind is my mind now. I enter into the conscious union with the infinite intelligence. Thank you, Spirit, and so it is.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I'm getting blessed in Father's here. time.